I will be replacing the battery on my Ion Pathfinder charger. This is my Bluetooth speaker that I purchased from Costco about a year or so ago. The battery has not been holding a charge, and so I have a new battery here. The battery number is PL712. It's a 12 volt. The way to find what type of battery or the replaceable battery that you'll need to purchase is by looking underneath the Pathfinder charger Bluetooth speaker. At the bottom there is a barcode with the number 21 in parentheses, the letter A, and a string of other numbers, and then you can go onto the Ion Pathfinder website to enter in that number, and it should bring up which battery you need to have replaced. Mine didn't actually come up, so I had to contact them by phone, and then the representative was able to assist me with getting a replacement battery. Here is the back of the Ion Pathfinder charger speaker. I have already taken the panel off of the back. I had a hex key set already at home, which is what I pulled. The smaller number 3. The size that is required is 3/32. So you would just go through, use your hex wrench, unscrew each one, and then gently lift. There's 2 holes or slots at the bottom of the speaker where you can kind of lift up a little bit with a flathead screwdriver to pop this baby right off. Now, the reason I chose to do this video is because I did watch the videos on how to replace this battery, and I was not prepared for some of the things that I got into once I got here. So first off, there is a piece of tape mesh that was keeping the battery in place right here. This is the battery unit. So I gently peeled back the tape and just let it fall down to the sides. There is some wiring along the very bottom and sides that I am trying to keep intact. Now, in the video that I watched, it did state that you could pick up the Pathfinder speaker on both sides, tilt it back, and then tap twice, and it should cause the battery to slide back out. I was not successful with that. This battery was in there pretty tight, especially with the tape on the sides. So what I did is I went in my bathroom and I got my loofah. It has a little suction cup at the top. So I positioned the suction cup right in the middle, and then I was able to slide the battery right out. Okay. After sliding the battery out, there are positive and negative cords attached to the unit. So one might think, oh, I'm just gonna pull, or take a wrench and pull that right out. That is actually not necessary. What you'll notice if we get closer is that there are very small prongs right here and right here. So when you press on those metal prongs, it will help you slide the battery cords right off. So again, here is the prong right here in the middle. You just press it down gently, and then it pulls the cord right out. You'll notice this battery has a PB symbol, which means it contains more than 0.4% mass lead and thus should not be disposed of in the normal domestic garbage. I did take mine to a local scrap yard where they gave me a little bit of change for recycling it there, but you do want to consider recycling this battery versus throwing it into the trash bin. Okay, so the new battery does have 2 plastic pieces here that I'm going to remove so that I can easily attach the new piece on. So to do this, I'm just going to slide the battery into the slot that it was sitting in. And then with the prongs facing up, just like we slid them off of the old battery, I'm going to slide them on until you hear the click onto the new battery. Flip it up, make sure the cords are all in there, and then slide the battery in to the slots. So these red and blue cords kind of feed into the back. There's two small holes that they feed into. So you can guide them back there to ensure that they are going into the holes and that the battery will then push in completely. As so. The wiring that was already in place, I'm just kind of repositioning that back in place. And the tape that was used to hold the battery in place, I'm just going to replace that around the perimeter as it was. I have laid the ion Pathfinder charger face down so the back is facing up so that I can screw the unit back panel back into place. So using the hex key again, I'm going to just go around and screw in the screws. And I like to leave screws where they are. It's just my own little personal thing that I do. I leave screws in the same hole that they started off in because I find sometimes that screws like to just go back in easier from the area that they were already screwed into. So yeah, you'll continue screwing each piece and then charge up the unit. I have plugged the speaker in and I will allow it to charge and come back to make sure everything works. I am back after using the speaker a few times. The battery replacement was fully successful. I have not had to recharge it at all. It is holding the charge now, so I am completely happy. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it provides the assistance you'll need to replace your own battery.